I do got some questions though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shoot them. Once we go live,
we live.
We're gonna salute. We're gonna salute. We live. All right. First and foremost, we give call law Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. That's all praise to the Most High God. In the name of His only begotten Son, who are they call Jesus Christ. We are the Hebrew Israelites. All right. We out here in Sacramento, Sacramento, to preach the Bible, to preach the truth of the Bible. To let the so-called blacks, Hispanic, Native Indians know that they are the true Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible. They're the actual Israelites of the Bible. God chose the people.
That's right.
Also to let them know that the so-called white man's damn devil, according to the Bible.
That's right.
I prophesied the downfall of this wicked kingdom of America. Okay? What's your question out?
So with the Ten Commandments, like how do you honor your mother and your father? Like how do you, is that going into like your ancestry and all that as far as like your
Ephesians 6. We're gonna show you. We're gonna show you Ephesians 6. Start from the top. Ephesians chapter 6. Right? Go ahead. Bring it out.
Ephesians 6:1.
Uh-huh.
Children, obey your parents in the Lord.
Children, obey your parents in the Lord. Read.
For this is right.
For this is right. To obey your parents. Go ahead.
Honor thy father and mother,
Uh-huh.
which is the first commandment with promise.
Right, with promise. Go ahead.
That it may be well with thee,
Uh-huh.
and thou mayest live long on the earth.
Right? So we honor our father and our mother. We honor them as our biological parents today. That's how we honor our father and our mother. Right? And also, in Deuteronomy 1, and start, I think it's 17, no respect of persons, because the scriptures speak about honoring your father and your mother. But when they going off, the scriptures tell us to do this.
1 and 17?
I want to say 1 and 17.
Yeah. Deuteronomy 1 and 17.
Uh-huh.
Ye shall not respect persons in judgment.
Right? You shall not respect persons in judgment. No matter if it's your father, your mother, your auntie, your cousin, your sister, your wife, it don't matter. Read.
But ye shall hear the small as well as the great.
Right? Hear the small as well as the great. Read.
Ye shall not be afraid of the face of a man.
Uh-huh.
For the judgment is God's.
Right?
And the cause that is too hard for you,
Uh-huh.
bring it unto me.
Right?
And I will hear it.
Right, and the Most High is going to hear it. So if you have a problem with your father, your mother, they just chastising you badly, right, without love, they scorning you, they scoffing at you. That's when we go into dealing with Matthew 6. We have to go into that closet. Okay. We have to pray to the Most High about these things. Because those are the things that we further have no control over them. Right. If they want to buck up, come and get some scriptures, oh, we're not Israelites, everybody can be saved, oh, you're a racist, blah, blah, blah. The judgment that they're going to get for continuing and disobeying the Most High, that judgment is for the Most High. Right. He's going to place that judgment on. So that's when the no respect of persons come into play.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. So when you say obey him, just obey him as far as...
Deuteronomy 28:1. Right? This is how we obey the Most High. Yeah, hold that, get Deuteronomy 5 and 33 first. Right? Because this is how we obey the Most High. I'm just gonna get into the
Deuteronomy 5 and verse 33.
Uh-huh.
Ye shall walk in all the ways.
Right? This is how we obey the Most High. We walk in all the ways, read.
Which the Lord your God hath commanded you.
Right, which the Most High has commanded us. Go ahead.
That ye may live.
Uh-huh.
And that it may be well with you.
Right.
And that ye may prolong your days.
Right, prolong our days and walking with the Most High. Because what happened to Enoch? He got translated.
Right.
Why? Because he was keeping all the ordinances, the laws, the commandments of the Most High. Right? Go ahead.
In the land which ye shall possess.
Right, in the land which we shall possess. So that's how we now get Deuteronomy 28:1. Right?
Deuteronomy 28 and 1.
Uh-huh.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Right, if we were to listen unto the Most High, read.
To observe and to do all his commandments.
Right, to observe and do everything that he's showing us and telling us to do, read.
Which I command thee this day.
Uh-huh.
That the Lord thy God will set thee on high.
Right.
Above all nations of the earth.
Right, he's going to set above all nations of the earth. If we hearken unto him, observe, and do the law, statutes, and commandments that he gave us. Right, now you get Joshua 1 and 8. Go to Joshua chapter 1, verse 8. Bible Shah.
Joshua 1 and 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth.
Right, this book of the law dealing with the 5 books of Moses. Right. And that's the Christian church. They'll teach you that. The Catholic Church, right? Nation of Islam. Because we know the Nation of Islam, they keep certain commandments. Right? They don't shave their beard. Right. They don't eat the pork. But what do? That's against the commandments. They eat the shellfish. They eat the shrimp, the crab, the lobster. Those are all things that's against the Most High in the book of Leviticus, the 11th chapter. Right? So it says, what again from the top?
This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth.
Go ahead.
But thou shalt meditate therein.
Right? We're supposed to meditate in these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's where we get our answers from. Right? Read.
Day and night.
Day and night. Go ahead.
That thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein.
Right?
For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous.
Right? So we're supposed to observe that is written therein. All that is written therein, we're supposed to observe. Because then what will happen?
And then thou shalt have good success.
Right? You'll have good success and you'll become prosperous if you keep the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. Right? So and then that we're doing those things. That's when your father and your mother, it's so much easier. But at the end of the day, no matter how much they go off and they just keep doing abominable things and being just, because the scriptures say that Israel, the whole head is sick and our heart is faint. That's our people, especially dealing with the household, right? Get Matthew 10, 34. But at the end of the day, we got to honor our father and our mother because that's a commandment that was given unto us. That was something that we were supposed to observe and do, right? What's it talk about? I want to say it's Deuteronomy 14 real quick. Because it talks about teaching your children, right? Because as an adolescent, we do what? We do what we see. Whatever we see, we do. I was raised in a predominantly Crip neighborhood, but my pops and one of my uncles and the majority of their homies, they was all Bloods. So when I seen that, oh, they wearing green, or they wear red on these certain, they wear red on these certain days, but they don't wear blue. I'm seeing everybody around me wear blue. I'm doing what I'm seeing. My father, that's my father, my uncle. These is men as an adolescent who I was looking up to. So that's the direction that I followed. But you said 14. It speaks about teaching. Get Proverbs 20:6. Proverbs 22:6.
Proverbs 22 and 6.
Train up a child. Right, train up a child. So when we training up our children, we training them through the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Read.
In the way that he should go.
Right, the way that he or she should go. Go ahead.
When he is old. Depart from it.
And when he's old, he shall depart from it. Because these are the things that you're teaching your seed. If you're teaching your son, hey son, every day we gotta wear these fringes on our shirts, man, on our garments every day. When you go to school, they say if they serving pork, you're not supposed to touch that. That's against the law, right? If you mess around with this young girl right here, you end up laying down with her, you gotta realize and understand that that's your wife for eternity, for life. There's no leaving her unless for fornication. Unless she goes off and has sex with another man, you tell the son you can't leave that woman. You go through hell. Brothers go through hell right now with their wives that they got because of this truth. But we're not supposed to leave them. That's for fornication, like Christ said. Because we had the easy way in the time of Moses. It was like, if I don't like her, build a divorcement, kick rocks. That's how easy it was. When Christ came on the scene, he made the laws way more stricter. He made things way. That's why he said, you shall not receive the kingdom of heaven unless your righteousness oversees the righteousness of the Pharisees. Because they was the ones that come on the scene. They got the garments, the purple linen, they keeping all the law, statutes, and commandments behind closed doors. It was wicked as hell. But that's where the scripture's going to say being a Jew inwardly and outwardly. We gotta be a Jew inwardly for anything. It's easy to come out, have your beard rocking, I don't eat pork, this and that, yada yada. I got my friend, this boom boom boom. But yeah, you going home, you DMing some Negro's wife, right? Negro could be in the world. There's wickedness going around Israel right now where brothers in the truth is DMing brothers' wives. That's the wickedness that's going on right now. But it was this is what I was looking for. Salak. Yeah, get Matthew 10 and 34.
Matthew 10 and 34. Think not that I have come to send peace on earth.
Right? Christ ain't come to send peace on earth. Read.
I came not to send peace,
Uh-huh.
but a sword.
But a sword. Go ahead.
For I am come to set a man at variance
To set a man at variance. Go ahead.
against his father,
Against his father. Read.
and the daughter against her mother,
Uh-huh.
and the daughter-in-law
Right?
against her mother-in-law, and a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
Con. Right?
He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me.
Right? So if you love your father and your mother more than Christ and the Most High, you're not of the Most High.
Right.
And you're not going to be a soldier of Christ. Come the day of vengeance. Right? Get Deuteronomy 4 and 10. Right? Because it talks about training up a child in the way he shall go.
You said 4 and 10?
Yeah, Deuteronomy 4 and 10. Right?
Deuteronomy 4 and 10.
Uh-huh.
Especially the day that thou stoodest before the Lord thy God in Horeb,
Right?
when the Lord said unto me, gather me the people together, and I will make them hear my words,
Right?
that they may learn to fear me
Right?
all the days that they shall live upon the earth,
Right. All the days that they shall live upon the earth. Go ahead.
and that they may teach their children.
Right? That they may teach their children. So the Most High tells gather all these Israelites, man, so they can hear my words, and that they may... Nah, no rap. No rap, brother. We preaching the Bible, man. Right? Everybody want to be a rapper, man.
Yeah.
Listen, those days are over.
Yeah.
SoundCloud is already packed full of just rappers. Okay? Con, what you got? You got a precept? You got any other questions, brother?
So, all right. So this question kind of been lingering in my mind. You know how like when you're dealing with other nations and stuff,
Uh-huh.
due to like as far as how we treat them, like for example, you brought up people DMing other men's wives and stuff.
Yeah.
Like for example, let's say Eve is dealing with Esau.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is it unlawful? I guess you said to try to take her from Esau.
Yeah, dealing with adultery is a universal law.
Okay.
Right? What's that? I want to say it's in Genesis. We're talking about, you know how Abraham was on the scene,
Yeah.
and then his wife went into the Pharaoh. Let me get it.
Or not even just with adultery, like you know, cause you know the scripture was said reward unto them double. So I'm not saying I'm doing this, but I'm just giving them an example. Let's say like you got an Esau and he wants to like you dealing with like a drug dealer or whatever.
Yeah.
Is it wrong to sell Esau drugs? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know it's, you know, I'm just saying as far as, you know.
I would say not to do it because
Right.
the scriptures say suffer not a witch to live.
Right.
That's dealing because you're dealing with sorcery now.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Well.
Yeah. That's what you got dealing with Pharaoh. Hold that. This is universal because we're gonna show you the universal how adultery is universal. But dealing with that, I would say not to do it.
I mean, that's just an example, but I mean, I'm not.
We allowed to serve pork to them. We can sell them pork.
Okay,
We
cool.
can sell them shrimp, crab. They can have all that.
Okay.
Esau
cool.
and these heathens, they can have all that. We can sell that to them.
Okay.
We can sell an animal that just died,
Mhm.
right? Of old, you can say of natural death.
Mm-hmm.
We can sell that to the heathen.
Gotcha.
We can't sell that to our people.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
But get that.
Genesis 12.
Start from 14.
Genesis 12 and 14.
Uh-huh.
And it came to pass that when Abram was coming into Egypt,
Right?
the Egyptians beheld a woman
Uh-huh.
that she was very fair.
Right?
The princess also of Pharaoh saw her and commended her before Pharaoh,
Uh-huh.
and the woman was taken into Pharaoh's house.
Right? They came and they brought this beautiful woman to the Pharaoh, right? That Abraham came with, right? Go ahead.
And he entreated Abram well for her sake,
Uh-huh.
and he had sheep and oxen, and he asses.
Right, he gave him all these things, man. I'm giving you all this for this woman. She's so beautiful, right?
And men servants and maid servants,
Uh-huh.
and she asses and camels. And the Lord plagued Pharaoh
Right.
and his house with great plagues.
Right, now he plagued them. Now, why would he plague them?
Mm-hmm.
Right, go ahead.
Because of Sarai,
Uh-huh.
Abram's wife.
It was Sarai, Abram's wife. That was his wife that the Pharaoh was dealing with. Right, keep going.
18. And Pharaoh called Abram and said, what is this that thou hast done unto me?
Yeah, now Pharaoh's coming to Aaron like, homie, you done tricked me. You done got me, you done bamboozled me. Right, Reed?
Why didst thou not tell me that she was thy wife?
Right, why didn't you tell me that this was your wife? Reed?
Why sayest thou, she is my sister?
Because Abraham was going through the land like, hey, he was letting his wife know, hey, you're going to have to stop telling these folks, you my sister. Because once they found out that she's his wife, it was slay him.
Because she was so beautiful?
She was fine.
Okay.
Right? Today, people do that today, right?
Yeah.
Kill over a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Go ahead.
Why sayest thou, she is my sister, so I might have taken her to me to wife?
Right?
Now therefore, behold thy wife, take her and go thy way.
Right? Now, the Pharaoh is saying, listen, man, you take this woman and get the hell up out of here.
Right.
Right? Because he done got plagues put on by the Most High. For what? For dealing with another man's wife. So if it's Eve, and she's with Esau, and say Eve come up, the only thing you can tell her, the best thing you can tell her, speaking as a man, I would suggest that you get away from me. Because get Proverbs 11:21. Right? So when we go out to the highways and byways, we always tell Eve, get away from the heathen. Get away from the heathen. Right? Those aren't your people. You're supposed to be loving your people, procreating with your own people. Right? Get that Proverbs 11.
Proverbs 11:21. Don't hand join in hand.
Right? Don't hand join in hand. If Eve want to join hand with the white man, the Asian man, the Arab man, the East African man, read.
The wicked shall not be unpunished.
Right? The wicked shall not be unpunished. We understand that the so-called white man, Arab man, Asian man, the East African man, those are all wicked men. Right? So they're not going to go unpunished. Right? That was doing that?
But the seed of the righteous
shall be delivered. All right?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I was always thought about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, well, you know, they not under the law, so left them.
Yeah, kind of. Trust me, when I was a babe in this thing, man, I was thinking the same thing, and I asked that same question, like, is it cool to, you know, just give these drugs to the heathen?
Yeah.
Right, instead of our own people.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, brother was like, nah, can't do that.
Can't do that.
And that's when he showed me something out of which to live.
Right.
And he started going into how, you know, that's sorcery. And then you're committing sin along with sin.
Right. It's crazy because I started off with GOCC. They're the ones that woke me up. And I had went to go to their little church and stuff. And what kind of turned me off about it was they had a couple. It was Esau and the Eve just sitting right in the front, like they just up there, just all happy and stuff. And I was just like, nah, I ain't feeling that.
Your spirit.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling it. I was like, nah, and she was a beautiful sister too. And I was like, nah, I ain't feeling this. I'm out of here.
Get Ecclesiasticus, Sirach 12:10. Right? This is what your spirit was telling you at that time. And we already know what GOCC is on.
Yeah.
They done made Esau viral. Right?
Yeah.
Dating Eve made that shit viral, bro.
Yeah,
everybody got on it.
Yeah, I seen Gorilla little video on there. What you said, Ecclesiastes?
Sirach. You got the Apocrypha?
Oh, yeah, I got him.
Yeah,
Sirach 12:10. Never trust thine enemy.
Right?
For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Like you ain't trusting your enemy. You said there's no way in hell I can be in here amongst these heathens. Get Sirach 6:13. Right? This is another precept, man, that dwells within our spirit.
Sirach 6:13.
When we come in this truth, go ahead.
Separate thyself from thine enemies.
Do what?
Separate thyself from thine enemies.
Right? Because the so-called white man brought us into slavery. Right? Rigorous bondage. Gave us his last name, lynched us, made our skin into purses, alligator bait, put us in hot tar, all these things. Cut us up in pieces and fed it to each other on these ships on the way over here. Right? Go ahead.
And take heed of thy friends.
Right? So we're supposed to separate from our enemies and take heed of our friends. Right? Like you have a lot of things that go on right where it says keep your enemies close, right? And your friends at a distance. That's a damn lie, man. The scriptures speak totally opposite of that. Right? Get what's that in Isaiah? Surely things turn upside down. I want to say it's 29, I believe.
What was it?
I'm gonna get it right now. 29:16.
What's the book?
Isaiah.
Isaiah.
Time. Go ahead.
Isaiah 29:16.
Uh-huh.
Surely you're turning of things upside down.
Right? That's what has been done. Things have been turned upside down. Right? Marrying the heathen, that's an upside down thing. Read.
Shall be esteemed as the potter's clay.
Right? Shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. Go ahead.
For shall the work say of him that made it,
Uh-huh.
he made me not?
Right? He made me not. And that's how people, like the brother earlier, right? Oh, Lord willing, we planted that seed correctly in that soil so the Most High can water it. But he's thinking me. Well, I think.
Yeah.
Right? And he's saying, oh, well, God loves all. That's him thinking that, right? So he's saying what? Go ahead.
For shall the work say of him that made it,
Uh-huh.
he made me not?
Right?
Or shall the thing framed it say of him
Uh-huh.
that framed it, he had no understanding?
Right? So that's the thing that goes on in this wicked kingdom today. Right? They don't believe that the Most High has the understanding of having everything play out the way it is. Having the understanding that people think the Most High is crazy for having one chosen people. Right? One treasure.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Get 2nd Ezra 5. Start at 20. Right? Because the Most High done chose a lot of things on this earth.
To 2nd Ezra 5?
Yeah, 2nd Ezra 5 and
Right here.
Sorry, 22. Sirach, Salak. 2nd Ezra 5 and 22 is where we're gonna start from.
2nd Ezra 5 and 22.
Uh-huh.
And my soul recovered the spirit of understanding,
Right?
and I began to talk with the Most High again,
Uh-huh.
and said, O Lord that bears rule
Right.
of every wood of the earth.
Right. He
And
bears rule of every one of the earth. So there's nobody that can question the Most High for the works that he's done. Right? Go ahead.
And of all the trees thereof, thou hast chosen thee one vine.
Right. One vine. Right? Go ahead.
And of all the lands of the whole world, thou hast chosen thee one pit.
Right. One pit. Go ahead.
And of all the flowers thereof, one lily.
Right. One lily. What we wear on our signet. This shield. This is considered a lily, a pomegranate. Right? Go ahead.
And of all the depths of the sea, thou hast filled thee one river.
Right. One river. Go ahead.
And of all the builded cities, thou hast hollowed Zion unto thyself.
Right? So the Most High has chosen all these things. And all those things, the vine, the river, right? The lily, that all deals with the nation of Israel, so-called black Hispanic native Indians. Right? Okay on that?
As far as that, well, I can go to Doug.
Yeah, go ahead. The dove.
Verse 26. And of all the fowls that are created, thou hast named thee one dove.
Uh-huh.
And of all the cattle that are made thou hast provided thee one sheep.
Right, sheep. These are all things that's dealing with the nation of Israel.
Yeah, Judge 27 said that.
Right? Go ahead.
And among all the multitude of peoples, thou hast gotten thee one people.
One people. Go ahead.
And unto this people, whom thou lovest,
Uh-huh.
thou gavest a law that is approved of all.
It's a law. Who was given a law? The nation of Israel. Right? You got precept? 47.
Psalms 147 and 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob,
Uh-huh.
his statutes and judgments unto Israel.
Right, unto Israel, unto the so-called black Hispanic native Indians. Because those are the people that need the laws of God. Right? They accept homosexuality, they accept pedophilia, they accept that they brothers and sisters getting gunned down in the street or killed in prison, right? They accept the fact that the so-called white man is spreading drugs and weapons, right, in our neighborhoods, right? This brother was saying that Esau allows prostitution, right down the street on Florin Road, but won't allow the men of the Most High to come out and edify his people and let them know that they the so-called black, that they are the Israelites of the Bible, and that salvation is only for them,
That's
and
right.
that judgment's coming to this place.
That's right.
Right? That's what the so-called white man loves to stop. He loves to stop us to come out to let people know their judgment, right? But finish that and then get Isaiah 58:1.
He have not dealt so with any nation,
right?
And as for his judgment, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh.
Right. So all these other nations, they don't know the judgments of the Most High, right? Along with you got the Gooks, man. They eating dogs, cats, rats, and all types of shit, man. They don't know the judgments of the Most High because the Most High didn't give them those. He didn't give them those laws, statutes, commandments, or those judgments. They don't know what's coming, man. These other nations, they don't know what's coming to them, right? But we do. The so-called black man Native Indian that's coming into the truth. We know the judgment that's coming to this place, right? What would I have you holding?
Isaiah 58:1.
Yeah, get that.
Isaiah 58:1.
Cry
aloud.
Right, cry aloud.
Spare
right?
not.
Spare not. We come out here to spare not, man. You coming against the Most High God, Yahweh, right? Bashim Yahushai, right? We gonna spare not. Read.
Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
Right, lift up our voice like a trumpet. That's what we come out week in and week out to do, right? In season and out of season, right? Go ahead.
And show my people their transgression.
Right, we out here to show the so-called black, Hispanic, Native Indian man, woman, and child their transgressions, their sins according to the Bible. Right, go ahead.
In the house of Jacob, their sin.
Right, in the house of Jacob, their sin. Right? That's what we come out here to do. Get Ezekiel 2 and start at 4. That's our main goal, our main mission. Is to come out to Jacob. To come out to the nation of Israel. Nobody else. Because nobody else is going to receive salvation. We coming out here to seal the elect men of Israel. The so-called black, Hispanic, Native Indian. We need 12,000 so-called black men, 12,000 so-called Hispanic men, and 12,000 so-called Native Indian men to get the hell up out of America, right? And to escape judgment. And to put the so-called white race into captivity, into slavery. Let's say it's the Most High. Right?
That's right.
Go ahead.
Ezekiel 2 and 4. For they are imputed children.
Imputed children. These are our people. They're very imputed, man. Read.
And stiff-hearted.
Stiff-hearted. Our people are stiff-hearted. You got a question about that sign, ma'am?
Yeah, I don't. We gotta make it quick.
Yeah. No, yeah, we're gonna make it fast.
Okay.
So it says this is the devil, right? This image is not biblical. So when you're dealing with this image right here,
That's the devil.
this is he's the devil. He's not in the Bible. This man right here that they have on every bowl, the last Passover and all that, that's this guy, right? He was painted, right?
Right.
Get Job 9:24. We're gonna give you a quick scripture, real fast.
Okay. Do that.
So that's why we give certain verses like Revelation 1:13 down, Daniel 10:5. This is all dealing with the color of who the world is really called Christ actually look like. The real depiction is in the Bible of Christ. So get that in Job 9:24.
Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Right, when we look at our dollar, who's on that dollar? So-called white man, right? The wicked, right? Go ahead.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
Right, covered the faces of the judges thereof. Chief judge was Christ. Go ahead.
If not, where and who is he?
Right, if the so-called white man ain't the wicked, where is it? Who is he? Right?
Yeah, but when I come back, that's it. I'm gonna read back.
All right,
Yeah,
now.
definitely.
Let me give you a point. Can you read it?
Shit. Oh, this should come back.
All right. Start back at Ezekiel 2 and 4. And that's a believer right there, man. That's when you go into what's that in Corinthians? Is it 7? Dealing with
Believing wife and
yeah, the believing and unbelieving.
Was sanctify the husband or sanctify the
Yeah, that's dealing with that right there. That's how you know the so-called black, Hispanic, Native Indian are the people of the Bible. Because we the only people to where it's one person in the household that believe in God,
right,
and is a believer, and you got the other one that's just to hell with that.
That's scared to speak up about it.
That's why she came. She's like, try to make it quick because my husband, he's an asshole. It's like, that's what we deal with, man. Right? That also goes into the curses, right? Go ahead.
Ezekiel 2 and 4. For they are imputed children,
right,
and stiff-hearted. I do send thee unto them.
Right. The Most High sends us unto these imputed, stiff-hearted children. Go ahead.
And thou shalt say unto them, thus saith Yahweh.
We're saying unto them, thus saith Yahweh. Like we were speaking to the Zebulonite brother earlier. I told him, man, if you're not, the scriptures say to the law and to the testimony, right? We don't speak according to that, man. There's no light in us. We speak in vain thoughts, right? Go ahead, finish that.
And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear,
right?
For they are a rebellious house.
Right, we are rebellious people, man. We hate order. We hate laws. Why? Slavery. This is what slavery has done to us.
Mm-hmm.
We sick and when dealing with the Jake in the world, he don't want to hear nothing, man. He don't listen to his mom, don't listen to his pop, don't listen to the police. This is all dealing with the post-traumatic distress order with our people, the PTSD. This is what they go through. They just hate order, right? But we coming out here, man, whether they hear or whether they forbear, read.
Yet shall know that there have been a prophet among them.
Right? They're going to know that a prophet has been among them, right? You got a question, sis?
No, I just want to take a picture.
You want to take a picture of us?
Let me give her a fly.
Yeah, give him a fly. We got a fly for you. What's your nationality? Y'all get it. You what? You Belizean? Where's that at?
Belize like Central America. So she might be Benjamin, but she probably
What's up, brother? How you doing, King? Oh, today you got the money over there. You read that. We got this on the side. You have YouTube, right? You can check us out on Instagram, Facebook, all that. Follow us, everything.
yeah, I think Belize is like either Zebulon. What's going on? How you doing?
The husband that had you. Oh, the son? Which one?
Which one? This one?
Go ahead, take a picture of that. I'm not sure what Belizeans at.
Yeah, read them scriptures too. Read them scriptures on you.
I need to get on my geography. Tough.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, take it easy.
Come on, sis. Check out the information.
All right, brother. Finish with that?
Yeah, I got to
Get Psalm 119, 113. Right? A rebellious house, man. And then hold, what's that? Jeremiah 5 and 20?
Psalms 119?
119.
Yeah,
what?
Psalms 119, 113.
I got it.
Uh-huh.
Psalms 119, 113.
Right?
I hate vain thoughts.
Right? The Most High hates our vain thoughts. He hates that he say, she say, I believe, me, this is what I think, this is my opinion. The Most High hates that, really?
But thy law do I love.
Right? The Most High loves the laws, statutes, and commandments that he's commanded us to keep. Right? Still to this day. That is still in effect to this day. Right? That's why the so-called Black Hispanic Native Indian men go through the curses, man. That's why they get gunned down in the streets. That's why drugs is in their community. Right? That's why they killing each other. That's why they women go and dealing with other men. That's why men go and deal with another man's woman. Right? They doing all these things because they think in their mind that it's the right way. It's the correct way. Right? You got that?
Jeremiah 5 and
20?
Jeremiah 5 and 20. Declare this in the house of Jacob.
Isaiah 5 and 20. Slakia.
Isaiah 5 and 20.
Uh-huh.
Woe unto them that call evil good.
Right. Woe unto them that call evil good. What's evil that's good to our people? Pimping, prostitution, damn, drugs. You got women that's selling their body via camera, right? Asking for money. Homosexuality.
Celebrating wicked holidays.
Right? Celebrating wicked holidays. This is all the evil that our people see as good. That's why it's good to say, woe, destruction unto them. Right? Go ahead.
And good evil.
And good evil. They call keeping the law, statutes, commandments evil. Right? They call us men that's in this truth, wanting our women to dress modestly, wear that modest skirt, right, with the fringes on it. They call that evil. That's good.
Say we're a hate group.
Right? They say we a hate group because we love our own. Right? Go ahead.
And that put darkness for light.
Right? They put darkness for light. Read.
And light for darkness.
They put the light for darkness. These laws, says, commandments is the light. Right? And a lamp to lead you in a direct way. Right? To life. To get that crown of life. But they put that as darkness. That's something, our people be like, man, that's evil, man. And they always say, well, nobody can keep the 613 laws. There was a brother on Instagram that put there's 40,000+ American constitutional jurisdictional laws, man, in the law enforcement. Listen, I haven't broken none of them.
Right. I ain't in jail.
Right? And I didn't know that there was 40,000 plus
Right.
of them damn laws.
Right.
But it's hard to keep 613.
Right.
Get the hell up out of here, man.
And from honest, a lot of the laws, if you keep some of the law, like the 10, a lot of them you ain't got to deal with. You know?
You got to keep two main commandments, which is love the Most High with all your heart and soul, and love thy neighbor as thyself.
Right.
With doing those two things, you fulfill the law.
Right. Yeah.
Because you won't steal from your brother, you won't murder your brother, right? You won't prostitute your women,
Right.
right?
One more.
Go ahead.
That put bitter for sweet,
Right?
and sweet for bitter.
That's our people, man. That's what they do, right? Give me we're gonna go into the book of Deuteronomy, 29th chapter, right? We're gonna go into start at the top.
Deuteronomy 29:1. These are the words of the covenant,
Right?
which the Lord commanded Moses
Uh-huh.
to make with the children of Israel.
This is a covenant, man. The old covenant to make with the children of Israel, not everybody else. Right? Go ahead.
In the land of Moab,
Uh-huh.
beside the covenant which he made with them in Horeb.
Right?
And Moses called unto all Israel,
Uh-huh.
and said unto them, Ye have seen all that the Lord did before your eyes
Right.
in the land of Egypt,
Uh-huh.
unto Pharaoh, and unto all his servants, and unto all his land.
Uh-huh.
The great temptations which thine eyes have seen.
Right. Our eyes have seen great temptation in the land of Egypt, man. And we in the land, we in spiritual Egypt right now, and we see great temptation, right?
Right.
We see a way to make quick money, fast money, but a lot of money though. Dealing with thousands of dollars. Every brother that's in this truth, man, got a mindset, has a mindset on to where they can go that route.
Right.
But we don't want to choose that route. We want to choose the straight gate. We want to choose the path to the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
Right. Go ahead.
The signs and those great miracles,
Uh-huh.
yet the Lord have not given you an heart to perceive,
Right, has not given us a heart to perceive, read,
and eyes to see,
and eyes to see, go ahead,
and ears to hear.
and ears to hear. Give me Ezekiel 36 and 25. Start at 25 on down. Right? Yet at that time, the Most High didn't give us all those things.
You said Ezekiel 36?
Yeah, 36, starting at 25.
Ezekiel 36:25, you will I sprinkle clean water upon you.
Because this goes into how the Most High was going to take us out of all the countries. This debunks the Negro-lights, man. The brothers that think that only the Negroes is the 12 tribes. Right? When you read the book of Ezekiel 36, it tells you about how the Most High is going to take us out of all the countries from amongst the heathen. Right? Read.
And you shall be clean
Right? So the Most High is going to sprinkle water on us so we shall be clean. Read.
from all your filthiness,
From all our filthiness. Go ahead.
and from all your idols will I cleanse you.
Go ahead.
A new heart also
Right?
will I give you,
Right? So the Most High is going to give us a new heart when He takes us away from all these heathens. Because we in the ideology and the philosophy of America, right? Dealing with the image of the beast, right? Starting with Caesar Borgia, but mainly white supremacy. Our people, their heart is into that, right? Right? To go to their educational system, right? Go to a good high school, private high school, then go to a private college, right? Go there for fucking 8 to Salaki for my friends. Go there to 8 to 10 years just to get a PhD. And when you're
sororities and,
go to sororities and fraternities, right?
Right.
All this Greek mythology. That's what our people are into, right? Go ahead.
and from all your idols will I cleanse you.
Uh-huh.
A new heart also will I give you,
Right?
and a new spirit will I put within you.
A new spirit, right? Because at that time in Deuteronomy 29, we didn't have eyes to see, ears to hear, right? Nor did we have that spirit, man. Read.
And I will take away the stony heart
Uh-huh.
out of your flesh,
So the Most High is going to take away that stony heart, right? Go ahead.
and I will give you a heart of flesh.
Right? The Most High is going to give us a heart of flesh. Right? That was doing that?
Yeah, that's it.
Come on, go back to Deuteronomy 29. Where was you at?
Verse 4.
All right, go ahead.
Yet, Deuteronomy 29:4. Yet the Lord have not given you a heart to perceive,
Uh-huh.
and eyes to see, and ears to hear,
Right.
unto this day. Verse 5, and I have led you 40 years in the wilderness. Your clothes are not waxing old upon you.
Right, we went through that wilderness, man. Our clothes did not get dirty and not rip up. Right, go ahead.
And thy shoe is not waxing old upon thy foot.
Right, the straps on our sandals, man, wasn't coming off the damn hinges. Right, go ahead.
Ye have not eaten bread, neither have you drunk wine or strong drink.
Right, for 40 years the Most High brought us through that wilderness. Right, read.
That ye might know that I am the Lord your God. And when ye came unto this place, Sihon, the king of Heshbon,
right,
and Og, the king of Bashan, came out against us unto battle, and we smote them, and we took their land and gave it for inheritance unto the Reubenites.
Right, the Reubenites, which is the so-called Seminole Indian, go ahead.
And to the Gadites.
The Gadites, the so-called North American Indian, go ahead.
And to the half of tribe of Manasseh.
Right, the half of tribe of Manasseh, okay, which is the so-called Cubans, go ahead.
Keep therefore the words of this covenant, and do them, that ye may prosper in all that ye do. Right,
that's why we went to Joshua 1 and 8 earlier. Right, to keep all that was written within the law in our mouth, man, meditate day and night. So that way we become prosperous and have success. Right, go ahead.
Ye stand this day, all of you, before the Lord your God, your captains of your tribes, your elders, and your officers, with all the men of Israel, your little ones, your wives, and thy stranger that is in thy camp, from the hewer of thy wood unto the drawer of thy water, that thou shouldest enter into the covenant with the Lord thy God, and into his oath, which the Lord thy God maketh with thee this day.
Where are you at?
12.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me, you
verse,
at 13?
Verse 13 right now.
Go ahead.
That he may establish thee today for a people unto himself.
Right, for a people unto himself. Go ahead.
And that he may be unto thee a God.
Be unto us a God. Go ahead.
As he hath said unto thee, and it has sworn unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob.
Right, get Amos 3 and 2. Right, our God. And he chose us as his people. Right? And this is all coming out of where? The land of Egypt.
Right.
Amos 3. Bible Kushah.
3 and 2?
Yeah, 3 and 2. Come.
Amos 3 and 2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
Right, start at 1. Start at 1.
Amos 3 and 1. Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel.
O children of who?
Children of Israel.
Right, the so-called Black and Hispanic Native Indian. Go ahead.
Against the whole family, which I brought up from the land of Egypt.
Right, against the whole family that was brought out of the land of Egypt, the Israelites. Right?
Saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth.
Right? Most High only knows us out of all the families of the earth. And that's why the so-called Black Hispanic Native Indians is going through the curses, man. Nobody else needs to be saved. The Asian man got his companies. The so-called white man got his companies. The Arabs got their companies. The East Africans got their companies. The East Indians got their companies. Right? They got their businesses. They run 7-Eleven, the gas stations, right? The damn Jewish rat, they run the entertainment industries, right? Fox News, CNN, right? BET, MTV, you name it, they run it, man. You name it, these heathens is running it all.
Right.
Right? But the Most High said, out of all the families of the earth, he's only known us, the Israelites, the real Jews, man. Right? Read.
Therefore I will punish you.
So the Most High has punished us. Go ahead.
For you, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Right? So the Most High is going to punish us for all our iniquities. Because he has only known us. Give me Romans 9. Let's give some New Testament. We're going to give some New Testament love. Start at verse 7.
Romans 9 and 7. Neither because they are the seed of Abraham.
Right? Neither because they are the seed of Abraham, right? Because who else came out of Abraham besides Isaac? Ishmael. Right? Go ahead.
Are they all children?
Right? Along with Esau, Jacob, Esau. Right? Go ahead.
But in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
Right? But in Isaac shall thy seed be called. Right? Go ahead.
That is, they which are the children of the flesh. These are not the children of God.
Right?
But the children of the promise are counted for the seed.
Right? The children of the promises count for the seed. When you go back to Romans, when you go up higher, verse 4, for Israelites to whom pertain the adoption, the glory, the covenants, the giving of the law, the service of God, and the promises. Right? Go ahead.
For this is the word of promise. At this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son.
Right?
And not only this, But Rebekah also have conceived by one,
right?
Even by our father Isaac, for the children being not yet born,
right? The children haven't been born yet, read.
Neither having done any good or evil,
right? Neither having done any good or evil, read.
That the purpose of God, according to election, might stand.
Right, the purpose of the Most High, according to election, might stand. We read earlier in Isaiah 29:16, right? The potter, or the clay asking the potter, why has thou made me thus, right? And telling him you ain't got no understanding. I don't know why you made me like this. How am I imperfect if you made me like this? That's how these fags think, man. These trans they think that way. Well, God made me this way. I was born this way. There's no way in hell an infant gonna know no type of knowledge of homosexuality. Let's being shown that.
Right.
Unless you being shown that, and the Most High is just sending you that direction. Right. Gives you a reprobate mind. That's what the Most High does, man. Right. Go ahead. Go to 13.
For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil,
right?
That the purpose of God according to election might stand, not of works.
Not of works, read.
But of him that calleth.
But of him that calleth, read.
Verse 12, it was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger.
Right, Esau shall serve Jacob, read.
Verse 13, as it is written.
As it is written.
Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Right, so the Most High loves the so-called Black, Hispanic, Native Indian, man, woman, and child, but he hates the so-called white man.
That's right.
And we could go into Malachi and show that same exact thing. And that's where these Christians fail, man. This is where they stumble, trip, and fall, and bust their whole face open.
Right.
Because they don't read the Old Testament. They don't go into the Old Testament. They don't understand that the New Testament is speaking about the Old Testament, right? Reiterating things, bringing things out, right? Go back to Deuteronomy 29. Start at verse 14 again.
Deuteronomy 29:14. Neither with you only do I make this covenant and this oath, but with him that standeth here with us this day before the Lord our God,
right?
And also with him that is not here with us this day,
right?
Verse 16.
And I wanted to ask the elders, but I'm pretty sure this is talking about regeneration, man, right? Reincarnation. To those that are here today, but those that are to come, right?
Yeah.
Because this is a continual thing. That's why a lot dealing with these Negro lights, man, Negro only, they'll go into curses and be like, oh well, that just happened at this time, that just happened at that time. But when you read in the curses, it talks about this is a continual curse, generation to generation.
Yeah.
So we have a continual covenant.
Yeah, it will pursue these.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
It will pursue these.
Yeah.
Generation to generation.
Yeah.
Right? So this is the covenant that was given unto us, unto the so-called Black, Hispanic, Native Indians out of the land of Egypt. All the way until now. We was those men then. And we the men now here today, man. Right? Where you at? 15? You at 16?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Verse 16. For ye know how we have dwelt in the land of Egypt.
Right, we dwelt in the land of Egypt. Go ahead.
And how we came through the nations which ye passed by. And ye have seen their abominations.
Right.
And their idols.
Right, so we seen all these things, man, through the midst of 40 years. All the abominations, all the idols, read.
Wood and stone. Silver and gold.
Right, wood and stone, silver and gold, read.
Which were among them. Lest there should be among you man, or woman, or family, or tribe, whose heart turneth away this day, from the Lord our God, to go and serve the gods of these nations.
Go ahead.
Lest there should be among you a root that bear gall and wormwood, and it shall come to pass when he hear the words of his curse, that he bless himself in his heart, saying, I shall have peace.
I shall have peace, right? Because we saw these abominations, these idols, the gold, the silver, right? All good things, right? That these so-called good things that the heathens possess, right? Leviticus 18:3.
Leviticus 18:3. After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt.
Right, after the doings in the land of Egypt where we dwelt, that's where the so-called Black, Hispanic, Native Indian dwelt, right?
Shall ye not do.
Shall ye not do. That was all that?
And after the doings of the land of Canaan.
Right, go ahead.
Whether I bring you, shall ye not do. Neither shall ye walk in their ordinances.
Right, so this is the law that the Most High gave us. Leviticus, man. Right?
The camera.
Yeah, this still is going.
It just disconnected because the call came.
You good? Now go back to Deuteronomy 29.
Okay, I'm at verse.
Start at
18.
You had 18?
Yeah, past the silver and gold. Oh yeah, I'm at 19. Deuteronomy 29:19.
Yeah.
And it come to pass when he heareth the words of this curse that he bless himself in his heart.
Bless
saying,
himself, man. You done heard these curses. Hey, I'm blessed. Don't Jake say that? I'm blessed. Have a blessed day.
Right.
What is a blessed day in America, in Babylon, in our captivity? Right? Go ahead.
Kind of similar to saying God knows my heart. Like,
Yeah, kind of similar to that. Right? Go ahead.
I shall have peace, though I walk in the imagination of my heart, to add drunkenness to thirst.
Right? Get Isaiah 28:15.
You know what I noticed? When they say they blessed, they don't understand like what they supposed to have.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They think they blessed because they get a crumb, but they not understanding they supposed to have the whole entire earth. You know what I mean? They just so happy with the crumb.
They so happy just with holding down the turf that they got, the block that they got. Nigga, I'm from 47, nigga. I'm from 47 block neighborhood. That was one block. The so-called white man owned your block, nigga. He got his name there on your block.
The landlord can evict you at any time.
Right?
Bank sell your house.
Come on. That's gentrification.
Yeah.
Where I used to stay in Southeast San Diego. That's happening all there, man.
Yeah, they doing
You got the so-called white man running through the ghettos with a pig on a leash, man.
Yeah.
What? Yes. You got that. What? You have that.
Oh my goodness.
Right?
Yeah, they gentrifying old party.
Come on. Get down Isaiah 28.
Isaiah 28:15, because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement.
Right, our people, they made a covenant with death. And being in hell, they're in agreement with being in hell. They're at agreement with paying food with them food stamps, man. Having welfare, WIC, all these things. They cool with that. They comfortable with that, right? That's why the scripture said, Deuteronomy, they see these curses, they said, blessed be my heart, right? Go ahead.
And with hell are we at agreement when the overflowing scourge shall pass through.
Right, when the overflowing scourge shall pass through, what?
It shall not come unto us.
Right, that's that curse, man. So where they believe that they'll be at peace. That's our people, they believe that. Right?
Right.
They believe, along with the rest of these nations, man, that believe wholeheartedly that America is going to last forever. That even if they nuke this place, we're still going to be safe because all America's going to do is knock their nukes out the sky. Scriptures don't speak about that, man. Those nukes are going to hit this soil.
That's right.
Let's say it the Most High. That's it on that? Go ahead.
For we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves.
Right, under falsehood we hid ourselves. Right? Go back to Deuteronomy 28. 29, Salah, and 20.
Deuteronomy 29:20. The Lord will not spare him, but then the anger of the Lord and his jealousy shall smoke against that man.
Right.
And all the curses that are written in this book shall lie upon him.
Right, so those that want to make a covenant with death and in our agreement at hell, the Most High is going to put their ass to death, man. He's going to judge you. Right? Because they think everything cool, everything's sweet. Ain't nothing sweet in America, man. Right? Go ahead.
And all the curses that are written in this book shall lie upon him, and the Lord shall blot out his name from under heaven.
Right, where you at?
21.
You have verse 21 right now?
Yep.
Come on, go ahead.
And the Lord shall separate him unto evil out of all the tribes of Israel,
right,
according to all the curses of the covenant that are written in this book of the law.
Right.
22.
Get John 5:28. Right. And that's what happens when you disobey the Most High. The Most High is gonna put all these curses on you, man. Right? But and that deals with chastisement. Because the Most High is only gonna give you anything that you can withstand, right?
John 5:22.
5:28-29. Bible
5:28.
Kind.
John 5:28. Marvel not at this.
Right.
For the hour is coming.
The hour is coming. Go ahead.
And the which are that all in the grave shall hear this voice.
All that are grave shall hear this voice. Go back. Hold that. Go back to Deuteronomy 29, and you was at 21, right? Read that again. Deuteronomy 29:21.
Deuteronomy 29 and 21. And the Lord shall separate him unto evil out of all the tribes of Israel, according to all the curses of the covenant that are written in this book of the law.
That deals with Jake saying that he's at peace, man. Right? He's blessed, right? And him believing that the overflowing scourge shall not come through him. Right? Now go to John 5:28.
John 5 and 28
to 29.
Marvel not at this, for the hour is coming, in the which all that are in the graves shall hear his voice.
Go ahead.
And shall come forth, they that have done good.
Right. They that have done good, they're going to come forth. Right. Read.
Unto the resurrection of life.
To the resurrection of life. Right. Scripture says those that dead in Christ shall be raised up first. Right. Go ahead.
And they that have done evil.
Right. They that have done evil. Go ahead.
Unto the resurrection of damnation.
Right. Into the resurrection of damnation. Right. Because Jacob goes a clean sail through his life. Right. Then a whole bunch of wickedness. Then escape bullets. Then escape stabbings. Right. Then escape prison penitentiary. Right. All these things. But there's a regeneration to things, man. We're gonna show you. Give me Ecclesiastes 3 and start at 15 and 16. Right?
Ecclesiastes 3 and 15. I considered all the living which walk under the sun.
Right?
With the second child that shall stand up in it. 3 and 15. That which has been is now.
Right, that which has been is now. Go ahead.
And that which is to be have already been.
Go ahead.
And God required that which is past.
Right, the Most High requires which has passed, man. So with you being a sinner and willfully sinning, the Most High is going to require that. If the Most High allows you to escape the judgments that's set for you, He's gonna keep that for your next life. Right?
And moreover, I saw under the sun.
Right. Go ahead.
The place of judgment.
Right. This is the place of judgment. Because we under the sun, right? The earth is under the sun. Right, go ahead.
That wickedness was there.
That wickedness was there, go ahead.
And the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there.
And the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. Right? This is the place of judgment. So this is the place where people are going to go through their curses. Go through their judgments, man. Go through the plagues that the Most High is going to put on them. This is that place, man, earth. Right? From what we call it. Go back to, you was done with John 5:29?
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah, go back to Deuteronomy 29. Sorry, 22.
Deuteronomy 29:22. So that the generation to come of your children that shall rise up after you, and the stranger that shall come from a far land shall say, when they see the plagues of that land and the sickness which the Lord hath laid upon it, and that the whole land thereof is brimstone and salt and burning, that is not sown, nor beareth, nor any grass growth therein, like the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, Admah and Zeboam, which the Lord overthrew in his anger and in his wrath. Even all nations shall say, wherefore hath the Lord done this unto this land? What meaneth the heat of this great anger?
Who pissed the Most High off this bad? To where they seeing all these things, these plagues, a place being overthrown like Sodom and Gomorrah, man, with brimstone, fire and brimstone. Pissed the Most High off this bad, man. Right, go ahead.
Verse 25. Then men shall say, because they have forsaken the covenant of the Lord God of their fathers, which he made with them when he brought them forth out of the land of Egypt.
That's what our people do, They forsake the first covenant, man. The written law, Go ahead.
For they went and served other gods.
They went and served other gods. What was written in the first in the written letter, man? In the law. Not to serve other gods, man. Not to bow down and worship them. That's for the rest of these people, man. And that's the problem with our people. Issachar, tribe of Issachar, so-called Mexican. They got Virgin Mary in there. They got Jesus Christ in there, White boy, 2 white people, man, 2 crackers, The damn Asians, they got Buddha up in there, When you go to the Asian spot, if you like Chinese food and you go to the Chinese food spot, you see Buddha up in there, get out, man. Turn around and get the hell up out of there, Because they sacrificing that food unto Buddha, man.
Verse 26. So they went and served other gods and worshipped them, gods whom they knew not, and whom he had not given unto them. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against his land to bring upon it all the curses that are written in this book. Verse 28. And the Lord rooted them out of their land in anger and in wrath and in great indignation and cast him into another land, as it is this day. Verse 29. The secret things belong unto the Lord.
Right, the secret things belong to the Lord. Read.
Unto the Lord our God, but those things which are revealed belong unto us.
Right, but those things which are revealed belong unto us. Get Amos 3 and 7. Right? The Most High has secrets, man, and He reveals them unto us. Right? Get Amos 3 and 7, then Joel 2 and 28.
Say Amos what?
Amos 3 and 7.
Amos 3 and 7.
Uh-huh.
Surely the Lord God will do nothing.
The Most High ain't gonna do nothing, right? Most High don't get off His throne. Read.
But He revealeth His secret unto His servants,
Uh-huh.
the prophets.
His servants, the prophets. Who's the servant? Nation of Israel, man. Those are the servants of the Most High, right? And that's who He reveals His secrets unto, right? The prophets of Israel. Get Joel 2 and start at 26.
Joel 2 and 26. And ye shall eat in plenty and be satisfied, and praise the name of the Lord your God, that have dealt wondrously with you. And my people shall never be ashamed.
Right?
And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel.
Right? The Most High is in the midst of the so-called Black, Hispanic, Native Indian, Israel, man. Read.
And that I am the Lord your God.
Right? The Most High is our power. Read.
And none else.
The Most High He don't deal with nobody else. Read.
And my people shall never be ashamed.
We ain't never gonna be ashamed, because the Most High is always gonna be with us. We know the Most High's word does not go void, man. The scripture says that the Most High does not change. Therefore, Jacob shall not be consumed. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 28.
Yeah, go to 28.
And it shall come to pass afterward,
right,
that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh.
Right, the Most High is going to pour His spirit upon all flesh. Who's this? Who's all this flesh? Read.
And your sons and your daughters.
Your sons and your daughters. Read.
Shall prophesy.
We prophesying, man. The nation of Israel, the sons and daughters of Israel, Jacob, our forefather, right? Yaquab in the Hebrew. Read.
Your old men shall dream dreams. Your young men shall see visions.
Right, we see visions, man. Right? And those are the secrets that the Most High reveals unto us, His vision. Because when we see these visions, we understand that the Holy Spirit is supping with us. And He's showing us new things, man, in these scriptures, in these Bibles, new breakdowns, right? That was on 28? All right, Kanye, yeah, go back to, that was it, Deuteronomy 29? That was it on that?
29 is the last one. I think I went a little bit into it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Deuteronomy 29. The secret things belong to the Lord, our God.
Right?
But those which are revealed belong unto us, to our children forever.
To our children forever. Read.
That we may do all the words of this law.
That we may do all the words of this law. Give me Jeremiah 3 and 15. You got a question, bro?
I'm just listening.
All right.
You know what I noticed just being out here today? It's a lot of like elderly people that have been walking past us and stuff. And they even in their old age.
All right. Yeah, because I was about to.
I believe there is someone greater. You feel me?
Yeah.
I believe there is a higher power.
Yes,
but
sir.
Also, then again, the Bible, I don't know about it because the Bible's been changed so many times. You feel me? So I don't even want to go by the Bible. So I try to read different things like the Quran.
Okay.
Things of that nature.
Okay.
So I don't know. Like,
we're gonna show you a history in the Bible, man. All right? Because we heard that we got that a lot today. With the Bible, a lot of people believe the Bible is being changed, right?
Right.
And what people play out the Bible to be is a tool is a weapon and an enemy to the black man, right?
Right.
Because if you know your history, you know that the white man used the Bible in slavery, right? To oppress us, right? Correct. We're gonna show you a history in the Bible, right? And we're gonna show the downfall of the so-called white man. We're gonna show you the people in the Bible are black people. Right? We're going to show you the people in the Bible are here, the so-called black men are here in the Americas. Right? What you got? Yeah, start at 1, then go to 15 and go to 68.
Deuteronomy 28:1. And it shall come to pass,
right,
if thou shalt hearken diligently to the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all His commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high.
Will set thee on high if we observe, do, and listen to these laws, statutes, commandments. He's going to set us on high. Read.
Above all nations of the earth.
Above all nations of the earth. Now we, as a so-called black man here in America, Caribbean Islands, West Indies, are we above all people of the earth? dealing economically, financially, rulers, right? Having our faces on billboards, all that. The world like that? No, but we run the world in what ways? Inventing things, right? Sports, right? When we go into inventions, we create the cell phones, computers, street light, cars, cell phones. If you like peanut butter, that's us. Potato chips, that's us. If you like color television, we acknowledge the so-called Hispanics and Native Indians as our brothers and our sisters.
They are, yes, sir.
The color television, so-called Mexican man, right? The so-called, no, that was a Mexican woman. Open heart surgery, first one to do that, so-called Mexican man.
Oh, was a Mexican man?
Yeah. The man that, what's that called, where it's two twins stuck together?
Siamese twins.
Yeah, the Siamese twins. First man to fulfill and succeed in that surgery and splitting them. Black man. What's his name? Ben Carson. The man that ran for campaigning for the president. Right? That's a black man. They did that. Now get verse 15. Those are all the blessings that we got. We got gifts of that. We got gifts of strength. We got gifts of intelligence. We got gifts of being a peaceful people. Right? That's how our people are peaceful people. Because if we were savages, thugs, gangsters, and all this madness that they say that we were, we would have this whole country set on fire. Right?
We already ruled this year.
But go ahead, read verse 15.
Deuteronomy 28:15.
Right?
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God,
right,
to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, but I command thee this day,
right,
that all these curses, curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right? All these curses shall come upon us and overtake us. If we don't hearken, do, and observe the law, statutes, commandments that were given unto us, the so-called black people. So we not on top due to that. Now get 68, right? Now we're going to go into the history of the so-called black man.
Deuteronomy 28:68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt.
Right, into Egypt. The Israelites served what in Egypt? Where were the Israelites in Egypt? What were they doing?
Shoot, they was damn near Jews.
The Jews were doing, they were slaves, right?
Yeah.
They was the ones building the pyramids and all that. Right? They were slaves. They was in rigor. Go ahead.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Right, with ships. And that word Egypt in Hebrew is Matazarium, meaning a tight place, a house of bondage, is what Exodus 22 says. Right? So it says, and the Lord shall bring thee into bondage, right? Egypt synonymous with bondage, again with ships. Then the so-called black man come over here to America from West Africa on ships, right? So this Bible is about who again? The Israelites. It's about us. You an Israelite people, right?
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
We wasn't going to see the old Egypt again. We was going to see a new Egypt. We here in the new Egypt, right? Read.
And there you shall be sold.
This is there. We gonna be sold. Read.
Unto your enemies.
Unto our enemies, right?
For bondmen.
For slave men.
And bond women.
And slave women.
And no man shall buy you.
And when you go into that word, buy in the Hebrew is kanal, meaning to redeem. Nobody has came to redeem us. As the so-called black Spanish, meaning nobody has came to redeem us. And a lot of our so-called black brothers, they like to say, oh, we African, we from Africa. Africa got how many countries? 54. So that means you got how many militaries? Why ain't they coming over here to save us? If we the same people as them over there in Africa, why have they come to redeem us? Why have they come to take us out of our place of captivity? Right? So the Most High said, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. We was brought here on ships, the so-called black people. Right? Get Jeremiah 17:4. Right? And then you have this, right? So this will throw a brother off. This would threw me off from even stepping foot in the church. I stepped in the church about probably 2-3 times. First time I was 8, I fell asleep. The two last times, I was 17 years old, and I seen this dude right here, this white boy, big, I'm talking about as big as this wall right here, bro, on the building. As big as this wall right here on the building. And I looked at it, I said, there's no way in hell. They're saying he's our savior, that's my God. There's no way. Because every time you look at portraits and all that, you see what? You see white angels, you see a white God. You put Jesus Christ on Google, What comes out?
That's one of the things I did know.
This can't be it. This can't be him.
White man.
Yeah, this can't be him.
Yeah, hair like wool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the skin color like us.
Like Brad.
They
just
yeah,
burned
they
in the
said
furnace.
in the Bible, like, where you get a white man from that?
Yeah. You see? Now get that and then hold Amos 3. Read that first.
Jeremiah 17:4. And thou, even thyself,
right,
shall discontinue from thine heritage.
Right, we have discontinued from our land. It says, and the Lord shall bring you to Egypt again with ships. It says, by the way, wherever I speak unto you, it says, there you shall not see it again. Speaking about the guys. All right, brother. Right? So we shall discontinue from our heritage, our land. Right? Our land is the land of Israel. Right by the Fertile Crescent. The land of milk and honey. Right? But who's in our land right now? Right? White people, invaders. And they calling themselves what?
The original Africans.
They call themselves the Jews.
Yeah.
They think they the Jews. We the Jews. Go ahead, read.
And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
Right, the Most High gave us that land. Read.
And I will serve, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
Right.
For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever.
Right, so we kindled a fire in the Most High's anger. When it talks about forever, it's just talking about a period of time. When you go into the scripture, it's talking about forever, and it says, and ever and ever. That's eternity, right? But we done made the Most High mad in anger for a period of time, right? So we came to a place where we're serving our enemies. We don't know this land, as a so-called black man, right? When you deal with the history of the black man coming to America as slaves, we had no clue of this land. We didn't know the routes, we didn't know the in and outs, we didn't know the back streets, none of that. The only ones that knew that was the Native Indians and the Seminole Indians. That's why when you go to history about the Seminole Indians, you had people that was called the Geechee tribe, which is just a tribe of Judah, so-called Negro here in America. They would come and escape and come to the Seminole Indians, and the Seminole Indians would make them chiefs of their tribes, give them their daughters, right, and build a community. That's what our people like today. They like the preparation and the building and the organization of building a strong community. You ever heard of Black Wall Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Greenwood?
The one that was destroyed in like '69?
It was like in the 1920s. Yeah. You heard about that?
Yeah.
How we had our own educational system, transportation, hospitals, movie theaters, you name it, police. We had it.
Military.
Right? We was the ones policing each other. Then what happened? It got destroyed. They got blown up by the U.S. military, and you had 25,000 KKK Klansmen come down and clean that place out. Right? Cleaning the black dead bodies, all that, man. Right?
What you Amos?
Yeah, get Amos 3.
3 and 1?
Yeah, start at 1.
Amos 3 and 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you,
right,
O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt.
Right, the land of Egypt. Go ahead.
Saying, you only have I known.
The Most High only knows us, right?
Of all the families of the earth.
Right.
Therefore, I will punish you.
Right, the Most High punishes us because he only knows us. Dealing with same thing, dealing with your biological father, your flesh father that lives here. If you're doing something that you ain't supposed to do, what's going to happen? You're going to get punished for it. But if you turn around and say, well, you know, John down the street, he do the same thing.
That's not my kid. I don't worry about him. Yeah, right.
Okay.
Heard that thing so many times. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquity.
Right. So the Most High punishes us for all our iniquities. Why? Give me Psalms 147, 19, 20. Now what is sin? You know what sin is?
Oh man, sin is just when you're not basically when you're doing what you're not supposed to. Your heart.
You doing what you want to do, right?
Yeah.
Sin. When you go get that, you got it. You getting it? For John, I'm gonna show you what sin is according to the scripture, right? Because there's a scenario of if I'm doing something that I ain't supposed to be doing, my father will come and whip my ass. He ain't give a damn what John doing down the street. He ain't got nothing to do with John. That's not his responsibility, right? Bring that out.
1 John 3 and 4. Whosoever committed sin transgresses also the law.
Right, transgresses also the law. The law says the commandments was given unto Israel. We read that earlier in Deuteronomy 28:1, right? To hearken, observe, and do the law, statutes, and commandments, so we can be sound high above all nations of the earth. But since we didn't do that, we got the curses, right? But that shows that the Most High is good. Go ahead.
For sin is a transgression of the law.
For sin is a transgression of the law. Psalms 119. We're going to show you who the law, statutes, and commandments.
Psalms 147:19.
Uh-huh.
He showeth his word unto Jacob.
Right, Jacob. Go
His
ahead.
statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Israel so far back playing his vengeance. Go ahead.
He hath not dealt so with any nation.
He has not dealt what?
He has not dealt so with any
He
nation.
don't deal with no other nation. That deals again with the father-son scenario. Go ahead.
And as for his judgments,
Uh-huh.
they have not known them.
Go ahead.
Praise ye the Lord.
Right? These other nations, they don't know the judgments of the Most High. They don't know those things. They don't know it. They don't know what's coming to America. And along with our people too. Because the scriptures talk about that there has to be 2/3 of our people that gotta go. It's a must needs that they die. Why? Because they don't want to turn to the Most High. They want to keep their back to him and say, F you. The hell with you. I'm good, man. I'm living
Kind
good.
of atheist, you know.
Right? Atheist.
The Quran, like he spoke about.
Yeah, like even the when you go into the Quran, you go to what is it, Saru or Saraf? It's 2:122, and it says how Allah, right, who they call God in the Quran, sees the nation of Israel as His chosen. Same thing. Same thing in the Bible. Deuteronomy 7:6. The Quran is a reiteration of the Bible. It just got its Muslim mixed to it, right? Get that. We're gonna show you.
Deuteronomy 7:6.
And I want you to look at that. If you got a Quran at home, go to that book, that chapter, and that verse, and it's gonna go coincide hand in hand with Deuteronomy 7. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art an holy people.
Right, separate people. That's what holy means. Read.
Unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee.
Right, has chosen us, the so-called black Hispanic native Indians. Go ahead.
To be a special people unto himself.
Right.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Right. So the Most High has chosen us. And that's why, again, earlier in our conversation, I was saying, we did all the inventions, we the best sports player. Who's the best boxer of all time? Black man. Right? What's
been,
next?
Man,
Yeah,
always been since the beginning.
Since Jack Johnson.
Yeah.
Right? What's next to the black man? So-called Mexican man. After that, you got the Puerto Rican. After that, you got the Cuban. After that, you got the Argentinian. These are all Israelites. All Israelites that are dominating in these sports. Even in football, we dominate. Soccer, we dominate.
Music,
right? France just won the last World Cup. You want to know why they won the World Cup? Because all the Haitians, the so-called Haitians, the Levites, they was on that French team. They won that World Cup for France. Not them white boys, right?
They were just on the side.
So we the holy people, we the special people, the peculiar people. But what I got you over?
Well, we already read Psalms 147, but
Get Jeremiah 4. Matter of fact, we're going to speak about this dude right here. Get Job 9:24. Right? But this is a false image. This ain't the real Christ. Christ is black. The tribe of Judah. I'm pretty sure you.
Be straight up. I don't believe this white guy.
Right? Saying you from Christ tribe. You a Judite, right? You a king, man. The Judites was kings in the Bible.
The guy.
Yeah, well, yeah, when you get your
The disciples was called.
Yeah. We say Malak. Malak in the Hebrew. That's king. Right? Get that.
Job 9:24.
Right.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Right, given to the hand of the wicked, man. Who runs the earth today? So-called white man. You heard about the Rothschilds? Ever heard about them? Warren Buffett, Steve Jobs, all them dudes. All them white folks. They run them. When you look at your dollar bill, what you see? When you look at a billboard and you see it's like Burlington, what you see? Whose face is on it? So-called white man. Commercials, white man.
Yeah, white man running these buildings.
He's running this building. At the job, I worked at I'm from San Diego. I work at a mall, and I work at a Jewish mall. Ran by them up. Yeah, it's ran by the Jewish. But I go in there and I got my, what we call tassels, right? The Jewish men call them ZT. I'm the real Jew. But what I do is I play the supplanter part. Because when you go into dealing with Jacob and Esau, he supplanted Esau for that blessing, right? To get the blessing. That's what I do. That's what we all do that. To get our way, we know how to go around and say some things to get our way. So for me, in order for me not to cut my beard, right? In order for me to where I can wear my zits, I go in there, I be like, I'm Jewish. They be like, for what side? Both. They don't know. The Jewish man believes that you're a Jew from your mother.
Man.
Right?
I seen you before.
You got a flyer?
Yeah, I come here to go shopping.
I do. Yeah. I got you. I'm out. I'm gonna be out here on 3. You are? Oh yeah, you are on video. Okay.
All right, man. Wrap it up.
One day.
It's 2
We're gonna
o'clock.
be out here on 3, right?
You gotta go to Oakland?
Another hour or 2, yeah.
We about to head out. All right? Check our flyer out though, man. All right, look at the glasses. We're gonna salute out. All right, man. With that, we're gonna give call lawyer out by Shimmy out shy. I'm gonna say, death to America.
Death to America.
Left to America. So what's that? Y'all say you from Oakland?
Yeah, I gotta go to Oakland because I came up here to Oakland.